My goodness, we are about to come up on the most amazing event of this month, heading into summertime, the Mature Adult Intensive. Now, we are on cohort 9. As you are watching this video, we are going into cohort 9. We are finishing up with cohort 8 literally today. And let me just give you a few glimpses, if I may, of some of the case studies of clients we've been serving. Number one is a client. We are going to call her client R. Her first name starts with an R. Now, she was looking at moving to Africa for years. She's been watching our channel, Journey with Us, moved to Africa, okay? And she was like, hey, I think I want to go to Egypt because Egypt is affordable. Egypt has some of the things I'm looking for. It has a residency permit that's pretty great. And then she joined the Mature Adult Intensive, okay? This 4-week intensive, I want you to picture it. You, my husband Harold, y'all talking 1-to-1, 1-to-3, 1-to-4, because we do have an incubated group setting with other expats and retirees who are like, hey, I need optionality. Yes, I'm keeping my American passport. Yes, I'm thankful to be an American. Yes, I have my pension from America, my business from America, my investments in America. But I need and deserve optionality because at the end of the day, the wealth gap is widening. It's not decreasing. Violence is increasing clearly. School shootings, school unalivings, all of that stuff is detrimental. People see it across the board. And so clients like this have been feeling in their system for years. Sometimes it takes a health scare. Sometimes it takes grief. Sometimes it takes an outside issue like in the news, like the Iran-America war, to make you say, okay, I want to have options. She was one of those people. Client R, she decided, I'm going to join the Mature Adult Intensive to see my optionality because the Mature Adult Intensive is designed to help you figure out what you need to have in place before leaving America. It does not process visas or anything like that. Instead, it gets your mindset and your paperwork and your financial systems ready to relocate abroad, because for you as an American, it's not the same as anybody else that's relocating abroad. We have our own systems in America, our own law systems that you need to know, like having a power of attorney to take over your business or to take over whatever you have over there. You can literally file these things online through services like Rocket Lawyer, right? And so she's thinking about Egypt. We're going through the intensive for 4 weeks, and she actually decides, hey, I think I'm actually going to go to Mauritius, because she did not realize they had a 10-year retirement residence permit that she qualified for being over 50 years old. Insane, right? So maybe 4 months pass. She actually gets approved for that retirement permit after having all of her banking statements together, being in the community. She is getting her stuff together so that she can just live in Mauritius long term. Because I mean, if you have a 10-year residence permit in another country while all this chaos is going on, of course you're going to live in that country for a season. She wanted to live without guesswork and without going through this process alone. In your younger years, maybe it's a little easier to go through some of these systems alone or with your family. But by the time you are over 50, you don't have time for games. You don't have time for losing tens and thousands of dollars. You don't have time for bribes. You don't have time for corruption. You don't have time for your electricity to never be on. You want systems that work. But people tell you Africa has no consistency, no stability. Ma'am, sir, that's a lie. Africa has consistency and stability and places their number one for retirement and doing business on the continent of Africa, but only if you choose the right location, which is what we go over with our clients, as well as compare them to other countries across the world, like a Thailand, like a Mexico, because we also had a client who was in Mexico and decided, hey, I'm going to sell my property in Mexico and relocate over towards the Mascarene Islands, thinking Madagascar, Seychelles, Mauritius type of area, again, for the simplicity and ease of getting that residence permit. Now, let's go to client A. Client A had her sights on 2 different countries when she came in to the Mature Adult Intensive. This is why it's not built on one specific country. It's built on optionality and going through this process that dozens of people have gone through before you. It's a tried and true vetted process that we have been able to hone in on as we went through it with our clients to give them the best possible outcomes. There's nothing like it on the market, literally. High touch point, high concierge service, all virtual, where you don't have to go through this alone, but you also don't have to go through it with like 50 and 60 and 80 other people, because some of those spaces can feel very daunting, very conflated, very much stuffy, like you can't get anything done. And so that is not the goal.